Welcome to Ready, Set, Real Estate. What is a post-settlement occupancy agreement? Commonly referred to as a rent back, the post-settlement occupancy agreement can be included as part of a contract offer. It can benefit both buyers and sellers. The PSOA, allows the seller to remain in the property for a set period of time, renting it back from the buyer.
The buyer determines the occupancy charge, whether a daily rate or a flat fee. There is an occupancy deadline. If the seller vacates the property before the deadline, the buyer can either refund any unused portion of the occupancy charge or choose not to refund. Also, if the seller is vacating before the deadline, the seller must give the buyer 3 days written notice.
There is a default paragraph within this agreement. If the seller fails to vacate the property by the deadline, the seller must pay the buyer double the occupancy charge and will be responsible for any reasonable charges the buyer may have as a result of the seller not vacating on time. The seller must maintain and repair the property so that it is substantially in the same condition as of settlement date.
The seller must escrow funds at settlement as a security deposit to the buyer. The buyer will conduct a post-occupancy inspection of the property and will deliver a list of deficiencies to the seller and the escrow agent within 3 days after the deadline. If the escrow agent does not receive the deficiencies list within the specified time, they may release the deposit funds to the seller.
The seller must keep all the utilities in their name until the deadline. Any personal property loss is at the seller's risk, and the seller will allow the buyer reasonable access to the property and will give the buyer one set of keys at settlement. Thanks for listening. We are the McLaughlin and Summer team at Century 21 Redwood in Ashburn.